Oh guys, okay, so a little bit more about off-grid living, yeah. I've got some really good helpful tips, yeah, um, which actually do work. You know, when I was living on my last boat, I had something a little bit better than what I've got at the moment. Um, the water sprayer which I bought, you could literally pump up, yeah, and just let rip. Um, but how do I wash my pots and pans? Okay, I use a little bit of water. Well, I just use water, um, and wipe it all down afterwards with some blue roll. But cleaning my pots and pans, I use one of these. Yeah. So yeah, it's just a garden plant sprayer, really. It's adjustable. So yeah, it really helps with getting rid of all the residue mostly. And yeah, I just use a bit of this to give it a quick wipe around. But yeah, considering I move around a lot, I'm having to constantly eat and take liquids in. Yeah. Um, so for breakfast, there is one or two things which I do buy pretty much on a regular basis, and one of them is these egg waffles. Yeah, and just get a packet of these and just munch them down. Yeah? It's a quick breakfast over coffee, and as they are, these are fine to eat as they are. They're really quite nice, you know. One of the other things I buy are these, or the little brioche buns with the choc chips, yeah. And what I do with these is cut them in half, slather them in some nice thick cut marmalade, nom nom nom, yeah. So it's another quick breakfast, quick breakfast tip if you're off-grid living and you don't have a lot of time to do much. But yeah, I also buy a lot of big soup, vegetable, beef, vegetable, chicken and bacon, vegetable soup, big soups. Yeah. Um, you can even buy big breakfasts in a tin as well. Um, so it's just shit like this, all the breakfasts and shit like this: chicken and vegetable, beef and vegetable. Um, you know, and 2, 4, 6. I've got 7 tins, and I've also got 4 packets of barbecue beef super noodles. Yeah. So when you're constantly on the move, these are fucking ideal. Yeah. But yeah, I eat wholemeal bread usually because it's a hell of a lot better for you and there's more nutrients in that than white bread. Um, but yeah, that's probably about it. I mean, considering I'm constantly moving, I'm having to constantly eat and take liquids. Yeah. Uh, so there's that as well. So I tend to buy a lot of sausages, uh, cheese, and eggs. Yeah, for the protein. Um, you know, that's all it is. Just get the protein in my body. Um, but yeah, as far as off-grid food goes, yeah, that's ideal. But yeah, just a quick update of what's actually going on. I'm installing the battery in the next hour or half an hour. It is where the battery is a little bit awkward, yeah, but I should be able to manage it. And as I said, the pole polarity shouldn't really matter. Well, it doesn't really matter. You know, so the cables are long enough, and I think I can probably get away with it a bit better than what it is. You know, the pole polarity on this battery will work better for me than the old battery. So, you know, should be ideal. All I have is a pair of these, yeah, and I use these to take apart all the connections and give them a good fucking clean, yeah. I was actually surprised I managed to get one connection off and serviced and cleaned properly, and then clamped it all back up. So it would just be a case of just taking the terminals off at this point, because all the contacts have been cleaned throughout that line. So all I've got to do is take the clamps off and put them onto the new battery after I've carefully removed it. And because I've got to move it, it's awkward because I've got to pull it out about 2 feet and lift it out, yeah. So a little bit of care is needed, but I think I should be able to manage it by myself. Because I can't get it through. There's that little cubby hole space right there. I can't get a battery in that. I've already tried, so that's no good. So I'm having to take it down to one of the busted rear lockers, yeah, and carefully remove the fucking battery and whatever. Yeah, bit of jiggery pokery, I guess, sorting that out, but should be fine. Probably take me a couple of minutes to get out and the new one put in. But yeah, it should take me about 10 minutes getting that battery installed. I'm just, you know, just finished my coffee and finishing this cigarette, and I'll get on with it. But yeah, that omelette I had the other night, could have done with a few more chili flakes and a bit more salt though. So yeah. But usually when I cook sausages, I cook 4 at a time, and keep 2 for the next morning. So I can have a cheese and cold sausage and cheese sandwich for breakfast or something, you know. So there's that as well. But I'm not all for this. You know, I'll get some wipes, get wipes. No, that's just more waste I have to fucking deal with. You know, that's why I use one of these. And just fucking spray the pan down and then give it a good fucking wipe. Use some blue roll, as I said. Yeah, it's the easiest thing I can fucking do. But I've got to go back to shore, dump my rubbish over the last week, and get rid of the big cardboard box that the battery arrived in. So that's one thing I've got to do a bit later. But yeah, it's nice over a couple of days, so hopefully, well, not hopefully, tomorrow I should be at the next mooring point in the afternoon. It's about a 6-7 hour drive, so not too worried. Straight up the coast at this point, but I do have to keep a watch out for a historic wreck and maybe 1 or 2 obstacles. But you know, since I only draw about 3.5 foot water in the water, not many obstacles can stop me, you know. But I was told there was a sandbar, so I have to stick close to the marker buoys, you know, and a bit close to the beach. So you know, and it's like, well, I came in all right, so I don't know. I went round the marker buoys as well, so you know, I thought I'm not going to cut it. That's how you do get fucked. But yeah, quick update. And yeah, that's about it. I'll see you soon.